Good evening, Atulya. It's an immense pleasure having you here today amongst us. Thank you so much for coming over. So, first of all, I need to congratulate you. Rather, CL team is congratulating you for your formidable achievement in the CLAT test. Okay, so now we want to hear it from the horse's mouth. All right, it'll be interesting if you could first start by telling us what course you enrolled and why law in general.
Uh, Law is very aligned with the society. It reflects what is going on in the country, and uh, I really like uh, to get involved in all of these issues which impact us on daily basis, and law gives me that platform to do that.
Okay, what program did you enroll for?
I was in the span batch, the 2 years one.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about your prep journey, like enrolling in this program, how it benefited you, and your overall journey, the arduous but fruitful journey that you had with us?
Uh, so it was very eventful. Uh, I gave a lot of mocks, and those were really helpful. But mostly it was my teachers, the doubt solving, the guidance, the tips. Those really help. And along with that, I used to do meditation too once in a while. So that was really helpful too.
Okay, great. So you mentioned mocks. Now, could you elaborate a little bit about how did you, I mean, how many mocks did you give and how was mock as a tool contributing to your progress?
So I gave all the CL mocks around 50 to 60, it must have been. Uh, and I analyzed all of them as well, and I reached out to my teachers on how I should improve further. Uh, Also, the mocks, they give you a picture of how it's going to be, the pressure and the process of filling the OMR details and everything. And CL mocks, uh, they were neither too hard nor too easy. Sometimes they were easy, sometimes they were hard. So they let us know that uh, if a hard mock comes, if a hard exam comes, this is how we should approach it. And if it's easy, then this is how you should do it.
Okay, great. So, can we just summarize and say mocks are simulating the real exam situation? They expose you to different types of questions. The level of difficulty is known to the student. I also realized that you're using mocks to do a lot of reflection. So, wonderful tip there for all the students, because at times we tend to avoid the rigor, but in your case, it has worked wonders. Any other resource you think, apart from faculty, teachers, mocks, you think doubt solving, anything else do you think that really helped you?
So the notes provided to be by my teachers and Manthan 2.0 and the daily Manthan helped a lot to make my
Mm-hmm.
own GK notes. Um, uh,
That's fine. No worries. So all the resources, right? Like for GK, you mentioned all the CL resources, and I wanted to understand that if you were to give some top tips for our next year CLAT aspirants 2027, the top 5 tips that you would like to give them as a takeaway, as an inspiration, so that they can, ace the CLAT exam the way you did.
so the one thing I learned was that the paper can be anything. It can have a lot of surprises as ours did. One whole entire section was different. And I saw that section and I realized that this is an opportunity for me. This is an opportunity for me to be different than others. If I start panicking as well, then there's no difference. I have to go through that section and I have to perform well in it. It was a clear differentiator. So that's where the meditation and the breathing helped. Um, the other tip would be to fill your OMR after 2 o'clock. So in those allotted 120 minutes, that's when you fill the OMR sheet, because they don't provide you extra time for that. And being very strict about the 2 hours, because when we are giving the mock ourselves, we have that feeling it's fine, we can take 5 minutes more. I did that a few times. I did take 5 to 10 extra minutes sometimes, but it's not advisable at all, uh, because you don't get that on the actual exam. And being okay with not making attempts is also fine. You have to be mindful of what is the difficulty of the exam. If it's easy, then of course you have to attempt, but if it's hard, then you have to take a step back. And I realized this the most painful way. um, and be consistent with GK. uh, that's, I think that's really important, that you start GK from the very start. Otherwise it becomes a huge burden. And also with the revision, not just making notes, the revision is very important. And just being content that okay, this is what I've done, and it's fine. Like, you don't have to take the stress that what if something comes beyond this. It's fine if it comes beyond what you have prepared, then that it's hard for everyone. um yeah, I think that's it.
Anything else in terms of study plan or time management or anything you want to add? Discipline.
uh yes, be very careful with the time management. Allot time to each section, and that's all you have for that section. If you're not done with that section in that particular time, it's fine, you can come back to it again. uh Study plans, yes. You should make a list of okay, this is the topics that I have to complete by the end of the week. This is the months that I need to revise, or the topics that I need to revise by the end of this week. And I had this sheet made of all the syllabus. CLAT doesn't really give us labels, but I still made one. And by the end, like, I just looked through it, to see if I've done everything. And when if I hadn't, then I did it in the last few weeks. So that's how I refined it.
Okay. So it was wonderful chatting with you, Atulya. And I believe that you have a bright, bright future. I'm convinced in the legal world. Um, so I'm sure most of our students would have, got inspired and they would have got a lot of useful information, tips from your interaction. Once again, thank you so much from the CL team for being a part of our meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you.